Hello everyone. Today I want to discuss a pressing issue that's been making waves in Malaysia's business world, which is an ongoing boycott that has significantly impacted Starbucks' local operations. This boycott is directly linked to the Israel-Palestinian conflict, and it's causing a ripple effect on the company's financial performance. Let's dive into the details and understand what's happening and why it matters. To start, it's important to understand why this boycott is happening. The Israel-Palestinian war has once again brought global attention to a long-standing conflict. Amidst the outpouring of support for Palestinians, many Malaysians have decided to boycott companies they believe are connected to Israel or its interests. Starbucks has been one of the most targeted brands, even though the company has denied any direct links to the conflict. The allegations stem from claims that Starbucks has provided financial support to pro-Israel causes or organizations. While this claim may not be officially confirmed, they have gained traction on social media and amongst activists. For many Malaysians, boycotting Starbucks has become a way to show solidarity with Palestine, even if the company itself has no direct involvement in the conflict. The financial impact on Starbucks Malaysia has been severe. Berjaya Food BHD, or known as BFood, the operator of Starbucks in Malaysia, has reported significant losses. In the first quarter of the financial year 2025 alone, BFood reported a net loss of 33.7 million. Analysts have now revised their forecast and expect even deeper losses. For instance, 98 million in 2025, 58 million in 2026, and 19 million in 2027. These losses are staggering, especially for a company that once relied on Starbucks as its flagship brand. Sales have dropped significantly as customers avoid Starbucks stores, and the recovery has been slower than expected. So, what is BFood doing to address this crisis? The company is taking several steps, though the results remain uncertain. The first one is diversifying store operations. BFood is expanding its Paris Baguette bakery chain in Malaysia and the Philippines, with plans to open 7 to 8 new stores in financial year 2025. Additionally, they are increasing Starbucks' presence in Nordic countries by opening 4 to 5 new stores. However, these expansions are relatively small and unlikely to fully offset the losses in Malaysia. The second one is cost optimization and marketing. The company is focusing on cutting costs, improving labor productivity, and running more effective marketing campaigns. While these efforts may help stabilize the business, analysts believe it will take time for sales to recover, especially as the boycott still continues. Last but not least, holiday season boost. There's hope that the year-end festive season might bring a short-term boost in revenue. Festive celebrations often drive consumer spending, and Starbucks is likely banking on this period to improve its sales numbers. However, even this might not be enough to fully recover from the current losses. Market analysts remain cautious about the company's future. CIMB Securities has downgraded its target price for BFood's shares to 32 cents, while Hong Leong Investment Bank has issued a sell recommendation with a slightly higher target price of 25 cents. Both firms agree that the boycott will continue to drag on Starbucks' earnings in Malaysia, at least in the short term. But interestingly, some analysts have pointed out that the ongoing boycott is not just about Starbucks. It reflects broader consumer sentiment and shows how political and social issues can influence buying behavior. In Malaysia, where solidarity with Palestine is deeply rooted, businesses like Starbucks can become easy targets during times of heightened conflict. Despite the bleak outlook, there are a few opportunities for recovery. One significant factor to watch is the leadership of Starbucks' new CEO, which is Ryan Nicole. Appointed in September 2024, Nicole is expected to bring fresh strategies to the table. However, any meaningful changes are unlikely to show results before the second half of 2025. Another challenge is managing the perception of the Starbucks brand in Malaysia. Rebuilding consumer trust will require more than just promotions or discounts. It may involve taking a clear stance on social issues or finding ways to engage with local communities more meaningfully. On a broader level, this situation highlights the risk of operating in a globally interconnected world. External events like the Israel-Palestinian conflict can have unexpected and far-reaching consequences. For BeFood, the priority now is to navigate these challenges carefully while balancing expansion plans and recovery strategies. In conclusion, the Starbucks boycott in Malaysia is a complex issue with deep roots in global politics. While the company itself may not be directly involved in the Israel-Palestinian conflict, the perception among consumers has driven this boycott to unprecedented levels. For BeFood, the road ahead is tough. Losses are piling up and recovery will take time. But this situation also offers valuable lessons about the power of consumer behavior, the impact of social and political movements, and the importance of staying adaptable in a rapidly changing world. As we watch this story unfold, one thing is clear: businesses today must be prepared to face challenges that go beyond traditional market forces. Whether BeFood can turn this crisis into an opportunity remains to be seen, but it's a story worth following closely. So, thank you for your attention, and I hope this has given you some insight into the challenges and complexities of running a global brand in a sensitive and interconnected world.